everyone, how's it going? Today I would like to talk to you guys, kind of like a little show and tell here. I feel like I'm in elementary school again or something with all my little goodies that I have to share and show you guys today. I'm going to be talking to you about some things that you can do or anyone that you know, just kind of things that will help contribute or I guess kind of help the environment, definitely helping sustainability wise, and just, trying to be as conscious as you can of the impact that each and every one of us has just in our day-to-day lives. And every little thing we do definitely can, it has an impact. And global warming, that whole thing or controversy, whatever you want to call it, topic, just you can kind of see it happening and think just steps that we can take and things that you may or may not even be aware of. I have some really basic things, some switches that you can make if you aren't already doing these things that take literally zero to no effort at all. And then some things that I would like to encourage you to try out. You definitely don't have to, full on make any kind of drastic, huge changes, but just again, so you're aware of it and you can just try to be more conscious if you're not already implementing these things into, again, your day-to-day lives and your practices and stuff like that. Okay, so I am going to start with something that is very, very, we pretty much all know it is super well these days. Very common thing is going to be our masks. So everyone nowadays, everywhere globally, is wearing a mask. I just wanted to kind of touch on the impact if you haven't already seen some of the videos and the footage. The photos is really sad of how many of these are getting into our oceans and polluting. There's just billions and billions of masks now because people are wearing them and then disposing them, which is fine. If you don't already, I would try, if you can, invest in a cloth mask. That way you can reuse it and wash it, and then you don't have to throw a dozen of these away every single day. But I totally understand if you forget your mask, okay, because, let's face it, it's hard to keep a mask in every single place we go, and sometimes we forget. So if you do end up having to use these disposable ones, then I would suggest or recommend try and encourage you guys to either just snap off these little bands here before you throw them, before you toss them, or just cut them off. But they're really easy to just yank off as well, just so that, little animals and sea creatures don't get caught in them, which they are definitely doing if you don't remove the little earpiece thingies. Okay, so that's the mask. That's something that we all know. Okay, let's see. What I have next is going to be straws. So we know that plastic straws, I think in some parts, are being banned. The paper straws that they give you kind of suck. So I would encourage everyone to invest in a straw. You can have this bamboo one. I kind of like the metal ones better. The bamboo ones I don't know, they don't last as long for me. But anyway, I always carry around my straws. It just saves, again, on the people or places rather that are still using plastic. I just say no straw, no thank you. Sometimes I don't even get a lid, just, less plastic, the better. Okay, the next thing I have is going to be this beeswax. So you can find this. They have it at a lot of health food stores. They probably have it like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and stuff, but you can also buy it online. Beeswax is really cool because it saves you, or it's definitely saved me on using plastic Ziploc bags. saran wrap foil. It's so cool, and it's lasted for a really long time. I'll probably invest in another like 3-pack. So it seems like it might be a little expensive. I think it's like 3 for $20. I don't know, it depends on your definition of expensive, but I thought it was. But after one, again, it's a really nice thing that you're doing for the environment, not tossing away so much plastic waste, but also just really cool. So the way that it works is it warms up by your body heat. So let's say that I would just want to wrap something up. You just pretty much like put your hands over it, and then it'll just morph and it'll seal tight, which is really cool. So I use it a lot if I make a salad and I want to throw it in the fridge. I just put this, they come in all different sizes, so from small to big. You can put it over a bowl to store your food, leftovers. It's really good with fruit, so if I had like a half of an apple or avocado, normally I would put it in a Ziploc bag, but you just kind of like throw the beeswax over it and then shape it to your fruit, and then it'll stay good, and it's a really cool thing to do. And then you just wash it in cold water. And that's pretty much it. So I would invest in some beeswax just to save on that too, if you don't already know about beeswax. The next one is going to be cloth napkins. This is like kind of old school, but I like just started using cloth napkins again. I don't know, maybe like less than a year ago. I know it's not very good, but yeah, it's so much less trash when you're not, constantly just paper towels and napkins and stuff like that with every single one of your meals. I really am way more aware of it now that I see, whoa, I have way less trash. So just something that you can think about or maybe possibly do. Okay, for the ladies, we love our masks. We love doing our masks together, girl time and stuff like that. I love doing face masks too. These you can buy anywhere, especially like Victoria's Secret, Sephora, stuff like that. They're good like stocking stuffers. I would try and encourage you guys to actually like do the full-on mask. It does take a little bit more effort, because you don't just throw the mask away when you're done. You have to like wash off your face and stuff like that. But again, it's just one of those things when you're doing like 3, 4, I don't know how many masks you're doing, but I try and do it several times a week, and that becomes a lot more trash and a lot, again, it's just something that you can do and wash off your face just as easy, or I guess, yeah, a little bit more effort, but still, I feel like the benefit there outweighs the cost. So, okay, next is going to be toothbrushes. So I have these charcoal bamboo toothbrushes, biodegradable. So again, less plastic for the Mother Earth and eco-friendly, the environment, stuff like that. I even discovered these little guys. I had no idea they made them this small, but JMO now has some teeth popping out, so they do have these little guys for your toddlers and children. So they also make biodegradable bamboo kid-friendly toothbrushes, which is super awesome. Because you're replacing your toothbrush every at least 6 months. I hope you guys are, but yeah. And then the next one is going to be this guy right here is my shampoo. So it's called a shampoo bar, and those of you that don't know, shampoo bars, I don't know if they're getting more popular now or it's just because things that I'm looking into, I'm getting lots of like sponsored ads, so it could just be that, but they have definitely come a long way. So I use shampoo bar. They have conditioner bars, separate conditioner bars, separate soap bars, really nice. Yeah, have come a long way from those really gross, like horrible little soap bars that you used to get in like cheap motels that left your skin feeling all terrible and dry and stuff like that. Now these are really nice. You can find good organically, really good ingredients, nice bars that leave your skin feeling good, and hair and stuff like that. And I actually just recently discovered They make like lotion bars too, which is really cool. So again, just less plastic bottles, so much less plastic now that we have our shampoo, soap, again, conditioner and lotion all in bar form. And I think you actually might even get more washes in using a bar than you would from a bottle anyway. So if you wanted to look into that, that's something that you can do. The next one, something that I definitely need to be better about for my parent or mom friends, is going to be cloth diapers. So again, this is another one of those things, like, we've come a long way from when I think I was in cloth diapers for a little while, maybe my first few months of life, but my mom said it used to be, you know, like the rags kind of with the clothespins, and they're not like that anymore. They're actually pretty nice. So we've got like the buttons here that, you know, are adjustable, and then we've got the liners that you can wash. So yeah, just again, less, you know, less pollutants and diapers, you know, billions and billions of diapers in our trash, floating out into the ocean and stuff like that. So I would just, like I said, I need to be better about it too. It's something that I feel like now might be a little bit easier than in infantry, because, you know, when they're so young and they're just taking in liquids, it gets messy. So, you know, you kind of probably want to stick with regular disposable diapers. But once they start eating and it's more solid, this is getting a little TMI, but it's more like a pet, like a dog. So you could just like toss it and then throw it, or throw it away. Just wash it really well. Okay, and then the next thing, I don't have anything else to show you, but that I did want to just briefly talk about. So two things. One is going to be clothes. So where I get my clothes these days, I'm pretty much just doing secondhand, you know, off online, on apps, or in clothes stores, stuff like that. I feel like makes a huge difference once you start looking into, you know, the whole fast fashion industry. A lot of these big name companies, you know, some of our favorite brands, unfortunately, Forever 21, H&M, Old Navy, Gap, stuff like that, you know, are fast fashion big businesses. So they're in it for the profit. A lot of the people making the clothes, you know, are working in horrible conditions, not getting adequate wages. It's really sad and terrible thing. And for us consumers, just to always be, you know, wanting more, and cheap, definitely cheap. They use, you know, toxic ingredients in a lot of their stuff. And actually, a fact is that the fast fashion industry is the second largest polluter of clean water globally to agriculture. So yeah, that's just really mind-blowing to me, because, you know, that's something I always knew about, the agriculture aspect of it, but I didn't know how bad of an impact the fast fashion industry was making on our planet. And I have one more fact here. It takes 2,700 liters of water to make one cotton shirt. So definitely, I don't know, maybe before I just was not open-minded enough to the thought of wearing other people's clothes, you know, secondhand. I always wanted, you know, things that are new with tags, and you can still find it out there that people have. You just don't go to a store. So especially with a child, because I feel like once you're pregnant, especially with your first one, I was all like wanting to buy all this stuff for him and all this new stuff, but we were really fortunate to get lots of hand-me-down stuff, and I feel like I would never buy anything new again, just because I see how much of it goes to waste and stuff like that. So yeah, reusing. I like the Poshmark app. I use like Facebook Marketplace a lot of times for things that we need, you know, around the house, or again for your babies. You can find a lot of it. You don't have to buy it brand new. High chairs, you know, these really expensive things I see a lot of people just throw away, or they're taking it to the dump, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that still has so much life in it, and so many other kids can use it. So that is that. And the very last thing that I want to touch base on is going to be, I'm not going to take you outside to show you ours, but it is a compost bin. So if you're here on Kauai, you actually can get a free one. You can pick it up in Lihue. They do it for any Kauai residents, which is really cool. But if you're not, then I would definitely encourage you to maybe look into start composting, because I learned they make you watch a little compost video before they give you the bin, is the catch there. I learned that almost like 30 to 40% of all of our trash is compostable, but we're throwing it away in the trash. And that is so crazy to me, because the compost it's good for our yards. If you guys have a garden, or you guys have plants and anything that you want to grow better, then you can just compost. It's any of your fruit, anything that's biodegradable, you just throw. We have a big bowl that we set in our kitchen, and instead of throwing it in the trash now, also cuts down on your trash by, like, again, I said like 30 to 40%. For us, it's about half. I feel like definitely cut our trash down in half just by composting. You can even, I know some people, if you don't have a compost bin, what they do with their compost bowl is they have like a separate designated blender, not one that you use for your food, but you just like blend up all your stuff, and then you can put it on, again, anything that you're growing outside, and it's going to help it grow, because you're just giving all of your plants just all these extra nutrients. So compost bins or your bowls are just going to be vegan friendly, so only plants, anything that's plant-based you want to put in. So your banana peels, your orange peels, any fruit, apple cores, whatever. When I'm making salad, I fill up almost half my compost bin because of all the little odds and ends of the carrot and the vegetables and stuff that you're chopping. You just don't realize how much is actually going in it. Your onion peels and your garlic and stuff like that. Anyway, I could talk for a really long time about composting, but I will not. I've already talked long enough today. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that this video made a positive, or it will make a positive impact in your life, and that you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.